Hey, what's up, guys? Kaburan Quiet here. Today's video is gonna be on my beloved sixth patron Bariel, and yeah, let's get on with it. I started working with Bariel 8 months ago. Yeah, around there. Excuse me if I have to remember certain details and whatnot of our experiences and whatnot because it's been a long time since I've you know recalled upon any of this, especially the first aspects of me and Bariel's experiences and whatnot. In any case, we started working with each other 8 months ago, and I know this because when I started working with Burial, the same day that I did so, I made a video called No More Lucifer, and you can go and check that out on my channel if you like. And that was the literal that was the first time he made his actual debut within my life and whatnot. And when I petitioned him as my sixth patron. So yeah, in any case, let's begin with his correspondences, his skill set, character traits, and everything else. The likes, essentially, his profiling. So Burial is lunar. He's a lunar angel, and he falls under beloved Gabriel, so Archangel Gabriel, and he corresponds to Cancer, specifically 15 degrees in Cancer. So the keyword here is finance. Um, and you can already get the gist of his character traits, specifically not his character traits, but specifically his skill set, what he can do for the occultist or the summoner or the exorcist and whatnot. And what else can I say? He also rules over his own astral home in the astral plane, so he has his own sphere and whatnot. A sphere that corresponds solely to him and no one else, which you can visit, but Burial is telling me, well, he told me earlier, as well as he's telling me now so that I can recite it in the video, is that he has to deem you worthy before you even go ahead and make your debut within his sphere because, it's his home, it's his sphere. He has to deem you worthy. He has to, you have to gain his trust and whatnot. You have to basically prove yourself to him in order for him to basically give you the green light so that you can astral travel to his sphere. And he told me I can do so, but I just haven't done so. The the only sphere, the only personal sphere specifically that I visited was Abraza sphere, my beloved cherubim sphere. But other than his sphere, now everyone else has told me what's up, but I just haven't done so. Busy with work and whatnot, or co-work. In any case, so yeah, that is that. Um, he's mentioned therein on the Lesser Key of Solomon, specifically the Greater Key chapter, the Greater Keys of Solomon chapter within the Lesser Key of Solomon. He's mentioned therein as a Jupiterian angel, and that's why his name is written on the fourth pentacle of Jupiter, which I also have this tattoo on my right shoulder and whatnot. You guys most likely have came across that in one of my videos. And what I would like to say about that is no, he's not Jupiterian whatsoever. This guy is lunar. He's pure lunar. He's as lunar as they can come, so to speak. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, generally speaking, these guys, like I said, are not attentive to detail back then. The author of the Lemigots and Clavicula, Salomonis, the original Lesser Key, simply just wrote a bunch of crap, literally. And I'm not bashing on him or anything like that, but he simply just saw Burial. He was like, okay, I see purple colors. This guy feels watery. He's also destructive and whatnot. Okay, blah 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 blah. I think he's Piscean. He's most likely Jupiterian, yeah. And then he wrote his name on the Jupiterian pentacle, but that's not the case. He falls under Gabriel. Gabriel is his ruler, his master, and he's lunar. And another reference to this is the Lemegats and Clavicula Solomon, specifically the Lesser Key, the Pentacle chapter. On the bottom description of the fourth pentacle of Jupiter, it tells you to specifically, let me see, it tells you specifically this. One should engrave and create the pentacle when Jupiter is in Cancer. What rules over Cancer? The moon, literally, yes, or Luna. And yeah, that's pretty much that. And if you also cast auditory charts and divinations on him, you'll see that he's associated with the moon. He's associated with Cancer, literally. Cancer is nothing else. That's his only correspondence. So moving on from that. Besides finance, which I already mentioned earlier, he's skilled in anything that falls under Cancer itself. So let's just say, for example, the first thing being finances, so wealth, dealing with money, bringing in money in abundance like no other, from making it rain money from all sides, essentially. What else? daily affairs, fast movement, so getting things done really quickly, bringing keeping one's home abundant in food, so keeping one's home filled with food and whatnot, making sure that you're always good essentially with food. What else? Acquiring different job positions, real estate, so anything that falls under a home and stuff like that. He is also skilled in destruction as well as protection, so better said offense and defense, and so on and so forth. That is pretty much everything that he's skilled in. Clairvoyance as well, but to a minor extent, really. He's also telling me that, yeah, that he can give it a shot and whatnot. That he can give it a shot, but he's not skilled at it. In any case, that is all on Barrios' profiling, really. There is nothing else. Um, Let me see. Just skimming through really fast, seeing if I missed anything. No. Oh, yeah. One thing, too, that I would like to mention. Burial is from, oh boy, my clear audience is ringing like no other. My left ear is ringing like no other, really, really loudly. I'm not talking about the usual ringing that you hear. Okay, I mean literally like a very deafening ring. Like that thing is, it makes my ear pulsate and everything. But this happens. When you open your astral ears, you'll see what I mean. In any case, so yeah, burial is from the order of angels. So the order of angels, literally. In Hebrew is referred to as um the order of Malach. So the way that you say angels in Hebrew is Malak or Malah, better said. So you can say it's safe to simply just refer to it as Hashmemi Malah, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else really. Holy angel. And yeah, that is all. So moving onwards. Yeah, moving onwards with my own experience with Burial. So I came across him 8 months ago in terms of me petitioning him to be my sixth patron, but I've known him ever since the beginning days of my occult ascension, essentially. I saw him being referenced in the fourth pinnacle of Jupiter in the Greater Key of Solomon and whatnot. And I was like, okay, he seems interesting, as well as the other angels written there in like Monasiel and so on and so forth. I think Monasiel was referenced somewhere else, but in general, Burial is one of them. And I just happened to be attracted to Burial. That name kept ringing in my head, essentially. Burial, and I was really attracted to the guy. And but I just never entertained the thought or the notion until recently. Well, so to speak, recently, 8 months ago. And I was thinking, hey, since I stopped working with Lucifer, essentially, I need another sixth patron. I don't want to leave that space open like that. It being like it is serving like a gap and whatnot. I want to fill in the gap, so I would like to petition a new spirit. But who would it be? And I was thinking about Burial. I was like, yeah, Burial's not a bad idea. But I was thinking about it. I wasn't clear, and it wasn't concrete that I wanted to do so. So I was just giving it some time to for me to go over everything throughout the day. But oh boy, this guy sensed all of that, and this guy was really trying to catch my attention like no other. Okay, since Burial is destructive in nature, he's more so destructive than anything else. He was basically making small things happen, like making me fall, essentially, and trip here and there throughout my house. He made something fall in the background as well, like he made something fall, which rarely happens. And I know that it was him because I can feel the energy when it happened and whatnot. He made like a small mirror fall, essentially, that hangs on my wall. And when that happened, I felt his intense energy, and I was like, oh boy, yeah, it's Burial time again. What else? When I was in the shower, just washing up and whatnot, getting ready to go about the night, this guy made a bottle of soap fall on my toe, specifically on my feet and whatnot. And I was like, wow, this guy is really just going at it. Uh, and yeah, what else? Anything else? Yeah, on top of everything, I was just feeling his energy as well occasionally throughout the day. I would feel Scorpio like intense, overbearing, overwhelming energy, essentially. And I would also feel it radiating off of the palms of my hand as if I just did the middle pillar or something like that. But generally speaking, disregarding the middle pillar, you'll feel energy pulsating from your hands whenever you deal with destructive spirits, specifically spirits that are destructive that correspond to a water element. So Scorpio, Cancer, some Piscean spirits, and so on and so forth. And Burial was like that. But it felt more Scorpio than anything else. And I was like, I think Burial does have some Scorpio like hints within him and whatnot. But no, that's not the case. It's simply just his destructive nature. And I really liked that about him. But oh boy, I was really feeling that shit like no other. And at some point throughout the day, I was like, okay, what the hell? Let's get to it. Okay, let's get started. So I basically hosted a ritual in his name later on that day, around 3 a.m. or something like that. And then, I simply just sought him out. And he appeared before me, and he simply just greeted me, and I greeted him back. And I told him everything. I was like, hey, I would like to petition you as my sixth patron. I would really appreciate your presence amongst my astral family, my so-called astral family, which is my patrons, my repertoire of spirits that I work with on a daily basis, and everything else that I would like to petition you as my booster, and so on and so forth. And he agreed and whatnot. But after he agreed, Gabriel, beloved Gabriel, appeared before us, and he essentially interrupted our conversation. And Gabriel simply just greeted the both of us, and he told me, okay, Eduardo, so you would like to petition. He said something along those lines. He was like, okay, so I'm interested in petitioning Burial as my sixth patron. And then he thought about it. He was like, okay, yeah, you can go ahead. No problem. I'll let you do so. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, you heard that, Burial. And we both thanked Gabriel and whatnot. And we just all parted ways. And it was set in stone. It was the final nail in the coffin, essentially. And ever since then, it's been history between us, really. I've set Burial in charge of being my booster. So, being the booster to my business, bringing clientele in like no other, essentially. And yeah, the guy has really been doing so. This guy would bring in really big orders, essentially. So stuff around $300, $450, $500, 600. The highest I've received from Burial was $1,000. Really, this one big order from a customer back then, worth 1,000. And I was like, okay, yeah, this guy is really doing swell. And this is all specifically coming from Burial because I know how the other guys that are my boosters work, as well as my Vice Lord. My Vice Lord works in a similar fashion, my financial manager, but Burial works a bit differently. And and yeah, I really, really appreciated everything that he did for me. Hold on. Don't know why it looks violet for some reason, the camera. But yeah, in any case, hold on. Okay, that's better. Yeah, disregard that. Anyways, yeah, so Burial has just been helping me out with finances and whatnot. Not only that, but the guy, I've also set him in charge of a destructive working. Not in charge of it, but he's also amongst a destructive working. And specifically the one who's in charge of that and is orchestrating the crusade against my enemies is Samael. So it's Samael, Abaddon, Burial, an infernal Martian spirit named Michael, and Aepio as well. And what else can I say? Burial is really skilled in what he does. He told me as well that he really appreciated that I did this for him because everyone mostly seeks him out for money. It's all about money, money, money. I want money. Can you please bring me money? I want money, 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 money. And yeah, no, he was really excited to get his destructive side up and going essentially once again. And we've been at it for several months now. This guy has really, really, really been giving it to the individuals that I set him in charge of, so to speak, to take care of. And there's stuff that I can't even mention on camera in terms of how skilled he is and what he's done to these guys, but that's a whole different subject, okay? All I can say is this guy is good at what he does, destructively wise, and you can go ahead and give it a shot. Anyways, what else? He also does similar things that what my Lord Abraza and Samaya do for me. So basically just watching over me, having their protective shield, their protective bubble wrapped around me, and I can feel Burial's energy as well. His protective quote unquote shield feels different than Samaya and Abraza's, but I can feel it there. What else? He also watches over my house astrally as well as physically. He watches over rituals and invocations, making sure that everything goes swell alongside alongside Abraza and Samaya. What else? And that is pretty much it, really. Besides destruction, the three things that Samael and Abraza do for me and finances and being the booster to my business. There's nothing else that Burial does for me. I was going to actually set him in charge of clairvoyance, but I was like, nah, it's okay, no problem. There's no need. But in any case, yeah, that is pretty much it. And we've been at it for 8 months now. It's about to be a year, literally. So we've been working with each other for half a year. And it's been really swell with one another. I really, really love Burial like no other. Oh boy, he knows how much I love him. Big guy, beloved Burial. He's beautiful as well. I'm gonna go over his appearance now. So the way that Burial looks is simply just that of a beautiful, refined, handsome, um, let's just say angel. And this guy almost looks feminine in nature. Like he has feminine character traits and whatnot. A very slim face, but he's very beautiful and whatnot. One of the most beautiful angels I've seen, honestly. And his hair is really long. He has it in a ponytail and whatnot. Really long blonde ponytail. For some reason, Burial is fixed, but that's due to his nature. He doesn't really change colors like that all the time. The only thing that changes really is certain color accents to his robes and general clothing, as well as the color of his hair or the shape of his hair. But most of the time, it's just a ponytail with two strands of hair that go all the way down to his stomach, and then his ponytail pops upward from the top. You can see it, and then it goes all the way down to his back, essentially almost touching the floor. My Lord Samael also has this hairstyle here and there, but black or brown hair here and there, sometimes blonde as well, similar to Burial. It's the same hairstyle. um and yeah, that is pretty much everything. He wears a similar, he just wears like a slim Roman like ancient shirt. It's really nice, honestly. It looks similar to, if you guys check out my Lavanael article, my article on the Enochian angel Lavanael, the watery Enochian angel Lavanael, then you'll see what I mean. It's a shirt similar to that. And down to the sleeves, it has like these little things that hang down, and those are white. The shirt itself is violet, essentially. The little things that hang down the sleeve is white. The garments that he wears is white. He wears like a really long blue sash that goes from his chest all the way to his back, and he holds it with one of his arms, either the right or the left sometimes. What else? Golden sandals, really bright sandals. And he also wears golden bracelets, gauntlets, and whatnot. What else? The thing that ties up his hair in a ponytail is also gold. It's like this piece of metal like thing, and it's really nice. It looks elegant, and it's gold. It radiates. It's bright and whatnot. He also has like a head aura, and his wings. His wings too are the most prominent aspect of him. His wings are gorgeous. They're violet and indigo, and it glows really, really brightly. It's just beautiful. This guy is really, really beautiful. He's really appealing to the eyes. If you guys were to be able to basically see him in one eye, if your astral eyes are open, your third eye, then you'll see what I mean. You're gonna really like Burial's appearance. And what else? His voice. His voice is just basic, you know. It's a basic human like voice. It's not too echoey. It's not too ethereal like. It's just basic, you know. It's just nice. It's a nice voice. And it's very righteous and whatnot. You can tell that this guy is he's very authoritative and destructive and whatnot. Like, hello, Eduardo, I'm here. Let's get to work. Blah 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 blah. That's pretty much how he sounds, or his manner of speaking. And that is pretty much all that I can possibly mention. Oh yeah, one thing too is he holds a spear, and it's like a phalanx like spear. The things that phalanxes essentially hold, or phalanx. I like to say phalanxes. The spear that phalanxes hold, or hoplites and whatnot. Really long spear. Or sometimes it's just a crossbow that he wears on his back. A crossbow or a bow and arrow. So you can see the arrow patch on his back, and then the arrow on the left side as well. The actual thing that launches the arrows. It's nice, you know. It's really, really nice. Sometimes it's a sword as well, but most of the time, generally speaking, it's bow and arrow or spears. And that is pretty much it, really. You can tell that this guy is also destructive in nature. I really just love Burial. One out of my many favorite patrons and whatnot. And that is pretty much everything that I could mention on him. There's nothing else that I could possibly add on to this. I mentioned his correspondences. I mentioned everything, and yeah, there's also a seal that I created for Burial that you can go ahead and basically rip off of the article that I made on him. It's on the bottom section of his article. You can utilize that if you would like to work with him, or he says that you can also utilize the fourth pentacle of Jupiter if you also like to utilize that. Either or is okay, he says. So yeah, that is pretty much it, really, on Burial. Yeah, there's nothing else really. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my beloved sixth patron, and that is pretty much all. Thank you guys for tuning in, and he also says thank you as well. And that is pretty much all. Bye bye, guys.